Alice Phillips' travel diary. Short break in AlUla, where time whispers in sandstone. Day 1. Arrival in AlUla. A desert welcome. The moment I stepped off the plane, the desert air felt like silk. Warm, dry, and full of promise. The Memphis Tours team welcomed me with kind smiles and seamless hospitality. I was whisked away through sun-drenched plains to my hotel, a peaceful haven tucked away among rust-colored cliffs. There wasn't much scheduled today, so I let the place sink in. I dropped my bags and sat for a while, just soaking in the golden light streaming through my window. AlUla, this ancient mystical place, was already wrapping itself around me. That evening, the stars came out like I'd never seen before, bold and brilliant in a sky untouched by city glare. Summary of the day: first breath of AlUla, peace, silence, and stars that made my heart skip. Day 2, tracing echoes of the Nabateans in Hegra. After a hearty breakfast, we headed into the heart of AlUla's ancient glory, Madain Saleh, once called Al-Hegra. I've been to Petra, but this place, it has a different kind of magic, vast and solemn, like a kingdom fallen asleep. We began at Qasr Al-Farid, the lonely castle, towering and carved out of one single block of sandstone. It stood like a sentinel in the emptiness. Unfinished, yet commanding, its solitude stirred something in me. How many sunrises has it seen alone? Next up was Jabal al-Ahmar, the Red Mountain. Its tombs were framed in warm, cinnamon-red rock. The inscriptions, still so vivid, seemed like messages waiting patiently for someone to listen. Then we wandered into Jabal al-Banat, the Mountain of the Daughters, where over 30 tombs carved by elite Nabatean women stood proudly. It was unexpectedly moving, a quiet tribute to the power of women etched in stone. Jabal Ithlib followed, a sacred mountain with an energy that pulsed through the rocks. We gathered in the Diwan, a rock-carved meeting hall where ancient voices surely once debated trade and spirit. A nearby passage carved into a narrow gorge reminded me of Petra's sick, mysterious, winding, and oddly intimate. We stopped for lunch at a local spot. The spices, the scent of grilled lamb, the warm bread, it all felt deeply tied to the land. Later, a drive up to Harat Uayyad gave us an unbeatable panoramic view of AlUla. The world stretched endlessly, the sun throwing long shadows over ancient terrain. Summary of the day: the tombs whispered, the wind carried stories. Today, history breathed in sandstone. Day 3. Dawn, inscriptions, and the elephant in the desert. Another early start, and this time we dove even deeper into time. First stop, Dadan, once the capital of the Dadan and Lithian kingdoms. This rocky city, carved into crimson cliffs, felt like stepping through a portal. The lion tombs, with their proud stone guardians, marked the graves of society's elite. The lions looked eternal, but also somehow tender. Then came Jabal Ikma, a literal open-air library. The sandstone walls were filled with inscriptions in languages I couldn't read, but could somehow feel. Standing there, I imagined scribes etching prayers, laws, names into stone, never knowing they'd one day speak to us across millennia. We wandered through AlUla Old Town, where crumbling mud brick walls gave way to peaceful farms and oases. The green was almost shocking after so much red and sand. I spoke with a farmer who offered me a fresh date, sweet, sticky, and probably the best I've ever had. And just when I thought I'd seen the most iconic sights, we made our way to Elephant Rock. Oh, wow! This gigantic, natural sandstone formation looked like a pachyderm gently curled in repose. We reached it at sunset, orange and pink streaks glowing behind the trunk. I sat on a cushion with tea in hand, listening to soft Arabic music float through the air. The mood was dreamlike. Summary of the day: stone lions, ancient scripts, and a sunset with an elephant. Unforgettable. Day 4. Farewell, AlUla. The last morning. Breakfast was bittersweet. I lingered over my coffee, trying to soak in the silence one last time. Soon after, I was transferred to the airport, the desert rolling past like a slow goodbye. AlUla left its mark on me, not just in photos or stories, but in the way it slowed time and made me listen to wind, to stone, to silence. Summary of the day: a quiet goodbye wrapped in golden morning light. Final thoughts from Alice. AlUla wasn't just a trip. It was a conversation with the past, a slow dance with desert majesty, a reminder that some of the world's most powerful stories aren't shouted. They're carved in stone and whispered by the wind.